Hello everyone. I think you have seen me especially in the Tinkering Laboratory at IIT Mandi. I am a research scholar at IIT Mandi, and there is a specific reason that today I'm going to upload this video. Right now it is recording. So in at IIT Mandi there is a laboratory which has got lot of reputation around Himachal Pradesh specifically and also across the India. There is a laboratory, tinkering laboratory, and there are a lot of children, especially from the Himachal Pradesh, lot of teachers, educators, and many people who are concerned with the education system, who are concerned with the new forms of learning, new forms of teaching. They come to us, they visit us, and we share lot of things with them. And generally, during all of these interactions, when I have got this opportunity to interact with a lot of children, they ask a lot of questions. Maybe we don't get much opportunity in the lab settings when they are interacting, yes, but questions that comes up after the interaction is finished or the lecture is finished. So during these days I have got a lot of questions on something that we have already discussed in the laboratory, that it is about what is ego. So I thought that it needs a lot of thinking, a lot of understanding, and a lot of talking. So just because of that, I am going to make this video. And I don't make these kind of videos generally. I make videos. I have made few of the videos when I was somewhere else. When I was in the Denmark, I made a lot of videos at that time. But that was more like the vlogging and sharing the insights of Europe. And today on this channel, School Vigyanik, I am uploading this video where I am going to talk about something very different here, the concept of ego, which is very heavy. This concept is very heavy, ego. And so the question arises, especially I will try to sum up the questions that I have got from the children, is what is ego? Is it even possible to work around the society without ego? So the problem is that the children that they think about is, even that was my question also from a very long time, is ego is something which is very, very much bad, not required, and ego is something always get disrespected. However, the word respect has a different meaning. We will talk about that also in this video. So lot of dishonor has been associated with this word ego. If someone says I am egoistic, yes, people judge you. People has to judge you. There is no other way. It is such a paradox that everyone has it, but still everyone judges everyone. Even I may be having it to some extent, to large extent, don't know. We will talk. Maybe you who is watching this video have that perception of ego. So this thing has become a lot of this thing has got a lot of attention, because this topic ego has only been touched by the people who are very much spiritual. Or this word ego, the existence of ego always comes up in the field of spirituality, religion. Many people say surrender your ego. Many people say you have to surrender the ego. Without surrendering the ego, there is nothing possible. Nothing is possible to actually do in this world. So when the people, what I can say, when the gurus or many scriptures, spirituality textbooks talks about ego, it comes up with a few other words like meditation, transcendence, and many misunderstanding has gone around it. Like it's about human emotion, it's about psychology, but that was never the point. No spirituality is totally against the feeling. No one actually against the feeling. Everyone is against the unconsciousness justifications, unconsciousness compulsions. Human anger, longing, pain, joy, creativity, all of these things are real and meaningful. But most of the time, we don't experience these emotions very consciously. It's like whatever emotion we feel, we become it. We get attached to it so much that we become it. And because we get attached to the emotions, we get so attached to the emotions, our suffering, if it is possible, suffering is possible during those emotions, it gets multiplies. Science tries to understand the reality from the outside. It's like open eyes, and you are trying to understand the world through models, experiments, ever improving approximations. Even when it updates itself, the direction is always towards the truth. The science tries to find out the truth by searching it, by trying to find it. We are always chasing how the universe is working. The kind of truth is associated with the physical world, which science always tries to go outside the world or wherever it is possible and search it. Spiritual traditions encounter these kind of sciences by closing the eyes. We close eyes and we see things experientially. We go deep down into our emotions, deep down into our presence. We go inside. It's like the closed eyes investigating inside. It becomes spirituality. Same story, different sides of the coin. Looking outward, the physical world, the science, investigation outward, investigation inward is something called as spirituality. Sometimes while we study, we think, we are creating something, we are playing some sports, we are doing photography. Suppose you are doing a photography and you are lost into it. You are not very egoistic. Oh, I am a photographer, I am taking this picture, I am very, very nice photographer, I am going to take this picture. There is not much I involved, ego involved during the process of doing something. But that moment, when we take the photograph like that, especially in those moments, it's a kind of a flow. We are not much attached to it. After we have clicked, we have published, now we are looking forward to the likes and dislikes, or we have captured the photograph just for likes and dislikes, for the comments, for the subscription on the digital platforms. Then it becomes like egoistic version of doing this thing. But still, you can be a very skillful person in photography. You can be into the state of flow or very much meditative. But after it or before it, accept that moment when you are into the flow. You take the photograph, and what I can say, you take the photograph and you again come up with the egoistic self of you, your egoistic self of you. Later, when you after you have done with the photographs or whatever thing that you are good at, you are trying to become proud of yourself. You try to defend whatever art, whatever thing that you have created. Somewhere deep down, at subconscious level, your ego wants praise, and we do not have any contradictions with it. We always go forward to find more praise. Praise is also kind of an indicator for a lot of people. An actor who is performing at theater looks forward to the applaud or the claps or the people or standing ovations. No actor is always so much into the flow that he can forget. No actor is so much into the flow of acting that he can totally forget that he is trying to act for it. Everyone has this a little distance awareness. Even the actor has that awareness that yes, he is performing, he is inside the flow. Like for example, Sunil Grover, one of the very popular comedian that we see very often in the Kapil Sharma show. He also say that whenever I do whatever I do, especially the mimicry, it's a very much like a meditative process. That is what I'm trying to say here. It is something like flow. It flows. At that very moment, you are not very much concerned about the appraisal, the praise, the proud, the things that they're going to attach to it. Maybe after, once you are done with your performance, a lot of people will come to you. They will say, "Oh my God, what a brilliant actor you are! What a brilliant mimic artist you are!" And maybe after that, you have this subtle ego land in your mind that wants that praise, may take those appreciations and grow bigger. It is possible. I'm not denying it. Maybe the smart person who is smart enough to understand that it is ego, maybe he will not get into this trap, but still it exists and people get trapped into it. It's a normal human thing. Generally it happens like that, and there is no contradiction into it. So flow is like a glimpse. It's like at that very moment, whosoever the artist is, he felt it, he enjoyed it. But once the thing has been done, once he started getting appreciation, he comes back to the same land of ego. It happens like that. So it is not like We as a human beings never taste egolessness. We taste egolessness. That's why we enjoy some process. Like Virat Kohli enjoys playing because that's the moment of being present in that moment. Lot of what we call that. Lot of sportsmen, athletes, artists, singer, dancer, actor, academicians, scientists. There are a lot of people around the world who says, when they are asked the question, why do you do that? Why do you love this? At the fundamental level, if you'll try to find out what is the basic uh, property that makes people enjoy the process, it's a flow. Everyone will say, we just enjoy being present in that moment. Being present at that moment is so wonderful, so blessful, that people love to enjoy that area, that zone, of flow, that zone of meditation. All the great work, all the great artists, all the great things has happened when the people are actually in the subconscious meditative flow of it. The people are trying to get absorbing everything that is happening. So it happens like that. It very much happens like that. That's why we enjoy it. At the moment when we are trying to play the cricket, we are not thinking much about our family problems. We are thinking much more about the ball, about how it's going to come. What is the fielding? What kind of fielding has now been changed? We are so much into the present that everyone has that feeling of egolessness. We all enjoy that egolessness. Have you ever read a book and you are completely lost into it just by reading the book? If I ask you, why did you enjoy that book? The, somewhere, I don't know what answer you will give, but fundamentally it would be because you would have been completely absorbed in that state of reading that you don't even know that you were reading. You were just lost in that story. Maybe it's novel, maybe it's some scientific book, maybe it's some textbook that you are thinking about, that the concept that you are reading. It could be anything. You are singing and you are so much at present, you are so much absorbed at that moment that you enjoy it so much. So fundamentally, if I ask anyone, what is the most fundamental value, what is the most fundamental thing that makes people enjoy whatever things that they do, at the core of it, it is always the complete involvement, the total involvement of your mind at the present situation. What you like or what you don't like, it's a different thing, but still, whatever you like. You may like teaching, you may like walking, you may like trekking, whatever you like, based on whatever your swadharma is, as per Gita Darshan says, Bhagavad Gita. Whatever you like, if you are totally into it, if you are doing something that you like, you will like it more because you are aligned with your own nature, and there are a lot of possibility. I mean, there's a lot of, you have created a scenario just by being into totally aligned with your nature, that you are going to enjoy the process much more than the outcome. Yes, outcome is necessary. Outcome is something that we try to fix, we try to focus on, but that trying to focus on the objective, trying to focus on the outcome is not attachment. It's something that drives us. Okay, this is the place where I have to hit, but you don't get stuck with it. That's the key. If it is not hitting the place where you want to hit, you try to improve your skills by being more present in that moment. After all, it's all about being present in the moment. Being present in the moment is the state of egolessness. I said a lot of ness. Being present in the moment is actually, we can call the state of egolessness. We enjoy it because we are not identified in that process with anything. That's why we enjoy. Now, there is a misunderstanding. Meditation is not forcing the mind to be happy. People say meditation is something that you try to witness yourself. Even if the ego arises, you witness it, and people say it gets dropped. When a painful memory arises, sometimes that painful memory explodes the anger into us. We get lost into it. You replay the same story, you get angry again, even though that situation has been gone. You started to extract again the same kind of emotions like the history is repeating itself in your mind, and you are inside a loop and you are trapped into it. So what the witness do, what the meditation do, what the awareness do, you started noticing not only the thoughts but the sensations, but the emotions, the processes, without getting entangled with the narrative of the mind. The mind, the way it is functioning, you are not getting entangled with it, but you are just trying to witness it, how it is happening. You are not trying to suppress anything, you are analyzing also. At the same time, you are witnessing it. There is a small distance between you and your emotions, your thought, your sensations, and everything. Anger will still arise in your body, but that anger is under the witness of your own witnesser, so that it can go down over the long period of time, or maybe the short period of time, but it will get weakened. It will not control you because you are every time trying to witness it. But there is a slogan goes in the spirituality, even when you are deeply trying to know yourself, when you know yourself totally, completely, the reaction still arises. If you are studying joyfully, suppose you are studying joyfully, you are so much engrossed, so much absorbed while studying, and you were so much enjoying the process, and suddenly someone came and said, "Hey, this guy, meet him. He is always careless. He is not very much attentive to the studies." Do you doubt? Do you think that you were not studying very carefully? No, you were studying very carefully and you know it. Many people say that this feeling of, what I can say, this feeling of, many people say that ego is something that makes you feel like, many people say that the anger arises in us just because someone comments on us, someone is commenting on us, on some of our properties or some of our positives or negatives, whatsoever they think about ourselves, whatever they think about us, they comment on us. And then what happens if someone is angry on you? "Hey, you just have one finger. You just have one finger." Do you think you are going to get angry on him? No. They say it like this, but I am not very much in agreement with this kind of concept, because I will tell you why. You will not get angry because you know what kind of fool he is, that he is saying that I only have one finger. But I know, I've seen it myself. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 fingers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more. I have 10 fingers. So I'm so much aware of the situation that I completely know about myself, and I can see my fingers, and I can say with whole confidence, with complete confidence, 100%, that yes, I have 10 fingers. But suppose someone is coming to us and commenting on us, "Hey, you just have one finger. It's not good. See, just one finger. These kind of people are not appreciated in society. Just one finger. What they will do? Nothing." People say, if you really know about yourself, you will not get angry on that person. The person who is saying that you only have one finger, you will not get angry on him because you know you have 10 fingers. You have the complete understanding of yourself. But the example I just gave, there is a strong possibility that you still get angry. If you are not agreeing with this example, you will agree. Suppose you are doing some work and you are doing it very much meditatively, very much in the state of flow, very much you were enjoying the process, you were so much absorbed by the depth of whatever you were doing. And then what happened? Someone came to you and said, "Hey, meet this guy. He never studies carefully." But just before that guy came, you totally so much into the study. Do you think you will not get angry? Even though you are totally aware, just like 10 fingers, that yes, you were studying very much deeply, still you will get angry. There are a lot of chances that you will get angry. Sometimes it comes like a feeling of rage, anger, that how come you can say this? I exactly know I was studying. It's me. I understand myself. I have seen myself. I was doing it very much into the totality of being present with this, with that moment of studying. How come you can say this? We try to defend it. Then how come we can say, even when we know that yes, we are like this, we understand our nature, and then still there is a strong possibility that your nervous system will try to defend the social identity. Why? Because They are saying our nervous system, especially for our nervous system, the blame feels like a threat. The threat triggers emotions. That is the biology of human mind. This is a biology that has been developed over a long period of survival in the human history. Your biology has this intrinsic nature to protect yourself. It's not just a philosophy. The awareness doesn't erase reaction overnight. It slowly makes them less sticky. If you are aware, you will see that it's not that sticky. First they come strong, you will react it. And if you are noticing it, they get little softer. You become more and more aware of it, you will see the same emotions, anger, pain, frustration, happiness, every kind of emotion that you think will just go through you like a wind, and you are just there without getting disrupted or entangled with any kind of emotions. That's the real growth. And this saintliness is not about you are going to get it overnight. If someone is showing you, trying to aspire you by this property of you have to stand still in all of this storm of emotions, he's trying to aspire you by the peak of, by the very much peak of, it's like the successful top. It's like a Olympics. It's like someone has just won the Olympics gold medal in swimming, and he's trying to aspire you. See, this is how you should swim. Is it going to come right off just by looking at someone and seeing someone? Oh, that's how we should swim. But we are not swimming like that. Pathetic. So sad. We are pity people. Don't know how to swim. No, man. People are teaching you. People are saying these things that you have to swim it like that. They are trying to aspire you. They're saying that you have to stand still in all of the storms of emotions even if they come. And then we think, oh my God, how come this is even possible? We are standing still in the storm of emotions? Who are we? Are we normal human beings, or we are saint? We are not saint. We are normal human beings. We are trained like that. Yes, you are right. They're trying to just aspire you that you can be like that. You can be like in the storm of emotions, you are standing still without getting disturbed with any of the emotions, without getting entangled with any of the emotions. It is like that. They are not trying to say that right now, wherever you are, if you are just starting spirituality, if you are just starting with understanding yourself, if you are just starting with going inside yourself and trying to understand how you work, how you think, how you operate in the society, you have just started it yet, no problem. Just be more and more and more and more aware. Slowly you will see, once you have a long time practice of being aware with everything that happens in your mind, you will see these emotions will get lesser and lesser sticky. Before it was like anger is coming and stick to you. Ego made it stick. Ego is not something that really exists. It's like a darkness in a room. If you are aware of it, ego has gone. It's like a brightness in a room. So ego, there is no substance in it. Its substance is just zero. It's substanceless. There is no substance in it. Ego is a false conditioning of social mindset of ourself maybe. It's something we have falsely created about our system, in our mind. It's something that shows the reflection. Ego has its reflection. You get stuck with anger. That's a real physical presence of an ego. But if you would ask me exactly, does something really exist, something in your mind as ego? It's not like that. No, it is never like that. So, what is that thing? The moment you become more and more aware and you are getting into the practice of it, you have a long practice of it, you will see one thing very wonderfully, that now the emotions are getting lesser and lesser stuck with you, with your identity, with your false identity that you have created, because the false identity has been dropped down just by being aware of what is happening in your mind, body, everything around you. So that's why many people say, have some self-respect. And now again, one more confusion that people ask me, the children ask me, that then what is the difference between the self-respect and ego? Because self-respect is something that sometimes got misunderstood, as if self-respect is also a kind of self-pride, self-ego. Here comes a new myth buster word for you. Respect First of all, at the first place, doesn't mean what you think. Many people think respect is a word which means honor, which means pride, proud. No, just go back, look after its roots, this word's roots, from where it has been started, how it is started. You will find out this very word respect is like respect. It's like, please look again carefully. Please look again very carefully. And looking again very carefully on the self, on yourself, is self respect. It's not about honor, it's not about pride, it's not about ego boosting. No, 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 it is not like that. Recently I came to know about this fact. Even for me also it was so much new, that the word respect means you have to respect yourself. Self respect means look yourself. There is a lot of other words like introspect, go inside and try to spect, try to analyze, try to look after again inside you. Inspect, go outside and inspect. Retrospect, go backward and inspect. Prospect, go forward and inspect. Perspective, how you look at it. So respect, spect is something you look. Re means again. So respect was about seeing something deeply. It was never about honor. Over the period of time in the humanity, it has got this kind of understanding, this kind of feeling that respect means honor. Society slowly converted the meaning of this word respect as called as status, obedience. It has put some form of hierarchy. Because if the society is working more on power, so they will take every language and put it into the form of power. It's like, if you respect yourself, respect your elders, obey them. So they didn't want you to say obey them, so they found a new, less polite, they found a polite word for that, less harsh word, respect. Because respect word feels noble. We have no control with it. So when someone says, please have some self-respect, what all it means is looking at yourself honestly, carefully. Don't try to betray your own truth. Don't try to abuse your own being. Just try to live more consciously. Just make your awareness go inside. Once your awareness go inside, it's self-respect. And the moment you try to self-respect, you look after again yourself, awareness glows. The moment you self-respect, the awareness glows. The awareness glows, something gets down, something gets die. That is ego. Ego is like something we are comparing ourselves with someone. Ego exists only with respect to someone else. Otherwise, it cannot exist. You see yourself, you see your potential, you see your limitation, you see yourself, everything like that. You see your status, and you need validation. Validation from someone else. It has a ruler. It has a ruler. So sorry. It has a ruler. You always compare yourself with someone else. Self-respect is a quiet work. You have to think about yourself. Ego is loud thing. You are comparing. Ego is something you are hungry. You want pride. You want to snatch pride. You want to snatch proud. You want appreciation. But self-respect is being grounded in yourself. Being grounded in your own self. Ego gets generally dissolved when you are aware of your own self. It doesn't mean you are emotionless. You played a very good shot and feels wonderful, so peaceful, so peaceful. Isn't that peaceful? That hit of dopamine is not emotion. Does it mean you must not feel it? No. You have to feel all the emotions that you are born with. This Maya, the emotions are good. Even the anger is good. But when you are aware of it, you don't react on it. You just experience it without getting stuck to it, just by being conscious of it. Feeling still arises, always arises. You are not going to get feelingless. You are not going to get robot. But the only change that is going to happen is you are not going to get robotic. You are not going to get controlled by emotions. But you will play. You will try to play in the waves of emotions. They come and then they go. They come and then they go, and you love it. You enjoy it. So science seeks the truth through understanding. Spirituality encounters the truth through awareness. And if you talk me art is like the expression of the truth. So flow is a temporary egolessness. It comes back on the ego once it's gone. Meditation is a process that trains you to be aware of it. But many people in the spiritual world, talks about transcendence. Transcendence is like you have got a PR, the permanent residency of being egolessness. You have completely loosened your identity. You have a deep sense of seeing yourself. You have a lot of self-respect for yourself. You have a lot of self-care for yourself. Ego has, this social identity has totally dissolved into all those processes. You have got a permanent stabilized process of being at that sky, that you don't come down again and again. It's not like a flow, you go up and down. You got, normal human beings get this feeling of flow and they do magic in that zone, but they come back, there is a possibility, and they again feel egoistic. Being stuck at that high, not stuck, I mean being totally always at that high sky, permanent residence of egoless feeling, is transcendence. You can be aware and still feel anger, happiness, and other things. You can know yourself and you can still react. Your nervous system is made it like that. But just by being aware of it, your nervous system get trained that you don't have to react, you have to respond. You have to wait for a while. Once you wait for a while, the understanding is going to come up. The understanding is going to dominate your mind because you haven't reacted. So as a human, we need to evolve. That's why spirituality always teaches us to get transformed. It's not being emotionless. It's not being robotic. It's a slow uncoupling of it's a slow process where the consciousness trains you, moves you, so that you have a less suffering. You have more space for yourself, more space for thinking, more space for clarity, and then again and again, in that quiet increment, or the smaller increment, you got smaller and smaller inner freedom, because emotions are not trying to fetch you, getting stuck to you. You don't feel the burden of emotion. You feel free. You are light. And that's why these people, spirituality always teaches you not for perfection. You don't have to be emotionless. You just have to play around emotions. You just have to be into the storm of emotions. You can see it. It rushes through you for a fraction of seconds. No problem. You have seen it. You have felt it, how it feels. Another emotions just rushes through you. You feel it. You don't get stuck with it. That's awesome. So it's all about stabilizing yourself into the storm of emotions, and that's how we achieve egolessness. So egolessness, self-respect, awareness, transcendence, spirituality, and all of these things, all of these words we try to understand in this video. I hope you have got a little bit of idea. I know I have not taught you in the way I used to teach in my classroom, because there I have a lot of movement, a lot of space to move around. I always love to move around at the stage, but here I'm just stuck on this camera angle, and I love teaching like that. So here it's not very much into my swadharma, that I can be very much open, very much like natural, like the way I used to get natural when I'm teaching in the laboratory with a lot of students around me. So even if you don't understand anything here, please put your question in the comment box. I will try to think on it again. I will answer it. And even if I have given this complete lecture on egolessness, it doesn't mean that I am egoless. The only thing I understand about myself also is I am right now in the state of flow. I enjoy the flow. I enjoy being present in the moment. So when I teach, I just, suppose I'm here, whatever I did for the last whatsoever minutes I have been passed during teaching these things. Not teaching, I mean sharing these things. I was just aware in this moment. I was just present in this moment. I think maybe that's why I like this, because my mind was not somewhere else. So I was in the flow. But suppose a lot of comments comes up. They say, "Oh sir, you are awesome. You have taught very good. You taught very good, sir." So I'm not denying that maybe ego can come up. It can catch that comment. Maybe if I'm not aware of it, I can move with that ego just because I've got the praise. That's why in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says the supreme consciousness. For someone it is Krishna as a person, for someone it's a supreme consciousness. For me it's more supreme consciousness, and also I love to see him as a Krishna, no problem. I love to see him like that. So when you are surrendering your all kind of accumulations, Someone appreciated you, you offered it to him. Someone misunderstood you, judged you, said something bad for you, again you offered it to him, the Krishna, the supreme consciousness. That's how you get detached from these things. At psychological level, if someone is trying to follow or practice Gita, I'm a practitioner, I'm trying, a beginner of Gita, I'm just trying to practice it. One day, maybe, I can stay myself for a longer and longer period of time and get transcend myself to a very stabilized personal permanent residency of not to get easily affected by anything else, just to be at the sky without getting affected by it. That's my dream. But I'm just still an aspirant and a student learning about life, about spirituality, and I cannot deny that sometimes for me also emotion can hijack. Sometimes it happens. So by practice, I think I can overcome that. And I practice, I think my students and you also overcome that. That's how I see it all. Thank you. I will meet you some in another video. This was my first video about something that I felt very deep in my heart, and I got a lot of questions, so I just shared with you whatever I have felt about these things.